My name is Sam DeCillis. I'm the Tax Credit Program Coordinator here at the State Historic Preservation Office of Ohio, meaning that my role is to assist new and returning tax credit applicants with any process-related questions or concerns they might have. To that end, OHSHPO has created a series of informational videos designed to fill people in on the key points of the tax credit application process and to help prepare you in case you're interested in applying. This is the second such video. It is focused on Part 1's photos and drawings. First of all, what does a Part 1 entail? Essentially, a Part 1 of the tax credit application is concerned with historic designations. As I mentioned in the previous presentation, there are 3 ways to secure a historic designation for the purposes of these tax credit programs. The first way is to be individually listed as a single building on the National Register of Historic Places. If your property is individually listed as a single building on the National Register of Historic Places, you do not have to submit a Part 1 form. However, it must be a single building. The second way is to be a contributing part of a National Register Historic District or to be individually listed with multiple buildings. In this case, you do have to submit a Part 1 form. And again, an individual listing with multiple buildings could consist of maybe a complex of properties or multiple properties that were grouped together. And the key thing is, if it's an individual listing with multiple buildings, a Part 1 will be required. And then the third way is to be locally designated as historic by a certified local government. Again, in this case, a CLG designation, you will still have to submit a Part 1 form. And remember, a CLG listing alone does not qualify you for those federal historic tax credits, only the state credits. Now, as far as the Part 1 goes, you can see an example of the cover sheet here. So this is what the application would look like. And the Part 1, you're basically just outlining your property's program eligibility. So in this, you should describe the property's current appearance and condition. For National Register projects, you should explain the property's historic significance, including how it contributes to the National Register district in which it is located. And then for CLG designated state-only projects, the property must be comprised of at least 65% extant exterior walls that are original and historic, including the historic primary facade. So in other words, the property must have a certain amount of remaining historic integrity remaining in order to qualify. Then for buildings not yet listed on the National Register, a Part 1 accompanied by information equivalent to the level of documentation in a National Register nomination draft is required. That's that preliminary determination that I mentioned in the previous presentation. And finally, for this Part 1, you must provide photographs. Current photos are a requirement. Historic photos are nice to have if you have them. Floor plans and maps of the property. And these photos must follow a certain format. So when taking photos of the property, you must make sure to label each photo with the address, the view being shown, and the date it was taken. These photos must be in straight sequential order, and they must be oriented correctly so the photos do not have to be turned. And you can see the example here. When taking photos of the property, interior and exterior photos are required. Include a photo key with the building floor plan, the number of each photograph, and an arrow pointing in the direction it was taken. And I'll show you on the next slide what an example of that would look like. Remember, National Park Service reviewers will likely not be able to visit the building, so sufficient photos must be provided for them to understand the building on both an interior and an exterior level. And here we have a photo key example. So to the right, you can see this is taken from the National Park Service. One of these, a floor plan with those numbered arrows attached, should be attached with each set of photos you submit to SHPO. You don't need to use any particular program or software for this, so long as the labeling of the photo key is clear for both interior and exterior photos. Thank you for watching this presentation on Part 1s and photos, as well as photo keys. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email is sdecillis@ohiohistory.org. My phone number is 614-298-2028. Thank you for watching. And if you have any other questions, you can feel free to check out some of the other presentations. Have a great day.